Birmingham Arena played host to more futsal action, this time in the Football League Trust Futsal League 1 finals. 24 teams competed in the group stages, with the 6 group winners and 2 runners-up progressing onto the knockout rounds. And making it through to the quarter-finals were Notts County, Chesterfield, also Derby County and Crystal Palace. Reading and Grimsby joined too, as did Hull City, finishing top of Group 5. And so the draw was made, and first up to battle it out for a spot in the semi-finals were Notts County and Grimsby. It was an own goal that gave Grimsby a 1-0 lead. Tom Waters then scored off this corner. Connor Watson got Grimsby's third, finishing well after a nicely played 1-2 upfield. A bit of skill from Nathan Lambert, taking the score to 4-0 with this cheeky back heel. On to the second quarter-final now. Chesterfield took an early 1-0 lead over Reading. Nathan Smith then finding an equaliser for Reading, and was again responsible for taking the lead with his second goal. Chesterfield pulled back level with a decent individual effort from Marcus Beddoe, dispossessing the Reading boys in their own half and rounding off with this finish. With just a minute to play, Reading got the decisive goal when this driven cross was headed into the top right, giving the Royals a 3-2 win and sending them through to the semi-finals. So that's Reading to play Grimsby in the semis, whilst Derby and Crystal Palace also qualified to face each other. It was Grimsby who took the lead through Connor Watson, slipping the ball under the keeper here. Dan Marshall then with this goal, doubling Grimsby's lead and taking the score to 2-0. A third then came courtesy of Jack Blendell, seeing off a tough Reading challenge to finish off a good individual effort. And just to secure the win, Tom Waters placed himself on the score sheet too, with a left-footed strike into the top right. Next up was Derby and Crystal Palace in the other semi-final. Good skill here by the Derby attacker, taking the ball past the Palace defender and firing a low cross across the box. The resulting shot was saved by the Eagles stopper, but Bradley Cooper tapped in the rebound to make it 1-0. Palace then equalised when Derby failed to clear from this corner. The Eagles were able to capitalise as Bradley O'Connor found the net with the aid of a deflection. With 6 minutes remaining, Derby broke from midfield in a good team move, Joseph Ilston finishing off to make it 2-1. And a third for Derby with this strike finding the roof of the net. Palace then made it 3-2, which wasn't enough to set up a comeback as Derby took the win on the final whistle to take themselves into the final against Grimsby. It was a familiar situation for both sides following their meeting earlier in the season in the Soccer AM Cup final, and it was Grimsby who came out victorious then in a closely fought out 7-6 win. This was to be a game that belonged to the keeper, and here is why. And with a minute and a half left to play, the deadlock was yet to be broken. Derby's keeper Oliver Camage made another excellent stop here. However, with just 60 seconds on the clock, Dan Marshall got the first goal of the game and took the lead for Grimsby. And there was the final whistle. Commiserations to Derby County, but a massive congratulations to Grimsby Town, not only crowning themselves League One national champions, but completing their treble too, having also won their regional league and, of course, the Soccer AM Cup.